Hey everybody, Peekle here, and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing the train mod from Minecraft 1.8, but this mod, not just trains. We have many things here, like this, my sweet ride. We have all these buildings. Oh yeah, and giant warheads that can destroy areas this size. Yeah, we'll get to that later. So, yeah, there's a lot of things in this mod. I can talk while I drive here. A couple of things. There's trains, planes, different like bosses and such. There's a lot of guns. There's this car. There's bombs. Lots of stuff. Lots of new, materials and such. Overall, like a really fun mod with a lot of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, that car is just gonna nope out of there. So, a couple of the things first that I want to show you. First, I want to show you some of these trains. So, let's get right into that. Alright, so here are our trains going down the line. Some pretty cool ones. This is the high-speed train. And of course, keep in mind all these trains have, cars that can be attached to them. This one's really cool. It's a fast one. It goes pretty fast, but it can't carry a lot of weight. But this is a cool train. Here we have the A4 Mallard, little tiny guy. And I could show you the inside. So you have the little thing there, and then you have the inside where you fuel it up. Yeah, neat little train. This is a big boy. This is the C62 class. Yeah, this one's crazy. Like, this is a powerful train, okay? This is a train with power. Now, yeah, as you can see, it's so big. Like, I had to extend the track just to fit it. This guy little here is the Adler. Just a tiny, like, classic train, little small one. Here you have the USSR 050. Now, this is a classic Soviet train. It looks a lot like the stereotypic train you would see in, like, cartoons, very classic, behind the Iron Curtain. This one here is the SD-70 Union Pacific. This is one of those little tugger engines. They can pull a lot. They don't go very fast, but they can take a lot of weight. Here we have the Forney, the United States version. This one is kind of like, you would imagine, the Gold Rush. They would ride things like these, an older classic train. And here we have another freight-style train, the United States GP7. Still a little tugger guy. Alright, yeah, those are our trains. They all work. They all have, let me show you. Look at all these attachments. These are all things that can hook up to them. Look at all these train cars. Like, there's a lot of substance here. And I am very keen to put on the driver's hat. Look at me now. Got a little driver's cap. Anyway, so that's really it for the trains. I mean, there's a lot more, but these are some of the cool ones. Now I can show you some of the planes we have. Alrighty, here are some of our planes. Over here we have the Zeppelin, just a classic little Zeppelin. Here we have the airship. This thing looks very wonky, does it not? Looks like an old, steampunk style thing. Here we have the AN-25. This is a bit more modern. Kind of, resonant of like a Senza. However you say it. One of those little biplanes, modern ones. Here we have the F-35C Lightning II. This is a fast plane, and it looks pretty professional. Looks like a modern military plane. And then over here, last but not least, the A-10 Thunderbolt II. Now, this plane looks like, just look at it. Just take a moment. Look at all these. This is a very heavy-duty plane. And you know what? How about we take it for a spin? Alrighty. So we're just going to take off here. I'll show you what this thing can do. Alright, so we are airborne. We have some... Look at that. Look at those crazy weapons. Alright, here's another one, the Hydra. Boom. See, that one destroys blocks as well. That's a lot of damage. Here we have the Sidewinder, which is very quiet. You can't hear it, but... And the last, we have the Maverick. Now that is a big explosion one. It's more of a bomb type machine thing, weapon. Alright, yeah, that's really that. Very cool plane. Alrighty, now for some tanks. Now right here we have the B1 Centurio. Now this, look at it. I mean, look at all the wheels. It doesn't have treads. It's not a tread tank. But wow, that one is versatile, looks pretty fast. That's got a lot of power. Here we have the T-84 Optlot M. I think I'm saying that correctly. Pardon me if I'm not. This thing, look, wait, hold on. If you look at it like this, it looks like kind of a small face. Like, see the eye, nose, mouth. It's kind of funky. Here we have the M1A2 Abrams. This is a classic tank. Like, if you picture a tank, this is kind of what you would think of. These are very modern. They use them a lot today in the Middle East and such, United States. We'll try that out. We'll test this in a second. Here we have the T90 MBT. Nothing too fancy, just kind of classic. Here's a funky one. The KV2 Gigant. Look at it. This is a funky one. Like, it looks really weird. Doesn't it? But, and here we have the good old-fashioned car, the BNR32. I really like this. I think it's really cool. If I could just stay in it. It's pretty fast. And, you know, you just cruising. It's just a car. Cool. Alright, now let's test out that big tank. This one, the big boy. Let's see what it can do. Wow. So we got a lot of interface here. Okay. Wow. So that thing has some power. Doesn't destroy tiles. It has some power. Also, here look some cobras. Some little cobra snakes. I don't like those. Which is a good way to cycle into our next segment, which is guns. Okie dokie, here we are with our guns. I chose a lineup starting from some normaler ones and then getting crazier and crazier. First up, 9mm pistol. Nothing crazy. Pretty normal, in fact. Just a pretty normal run-of-the-mill pistol. Then we have this submachine gun here. Works as a submachine gun should. We have the M4 assault rifle. Pretty similar, only it does a lot more damage. Here we have the bolt action rifle, which actually has a scope. You can zoom in. Let's find something, a target. See those sheep over there? We can just aim. Got him. This thing is very long range, a lot of damage. Next, we get something a little crazier. This Grim Reaper here. Now this thing, I haven't actually tested this one out yet, so let's see what it does. Wow. So it just launches those rockets. That is crazy. Next we have the flamethrower. Torture enemies. Let's test it out on this thing down here. So yeah, it works pretty fast, torches your enemies. Alrighty, now the LMG. This thing is pretty crazy, as you would expect. Extremely rapid fire, lot of damage. Alright, nuclear death ray. Now this is the second craziest, I would say. I mean, once you'll see, this is total obliteration. Ready for this? 3, 2, 1. This thing is crazy. It truly is a death ray. Now last, and definitely the craziest, the nuclear warhead launcher. I mean, there's not much to say. You already know what it is. I won't delay. Let's just get right into it. Ready for this? This one is crazy. It obliterates everything in the area and leaves an effect called radiation, as it should. I didn't get it because I wasn't there, but just look at it. This thing does crazy damage. Wow. It's crazy how far we've come from just this all the way to this. Okay, so I gotta ask, what's your favorite out of all of these? Leave it in the comments below, or don't. I will read them if you do. So I want to hear from you guys. Anyway, that's it for guns. Well, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so the one I saved for last, our last topic, is probably the craziest one, the nuke. Now this thing, as you saw at the very beginning of the video, that massive crater, these are from those. It is absolutely insane. I mean, the damage it does. Look at the size of this. Now, let's test it out. We're going to set it up right here. Now, the thing about the nuke is you actually have to set it up. Okay? So, you fill it with TNT, you fill it with plutonium, and then you have to activate it with redstone. Ready for this? This is just one. Now, we will do lots of these all at once, but let's see what just one does. It's not crazy, but it's still a lot. This is one nuclear warhead. Wow. Now, even though that was only one, that is a lot of damage. As you can see, my computer took a little bit to render all that. But yeah, this made a decent-sized hole. There's no denying that this is a large hole. Now, okay, I don't really want to bore you guys, so here, we're just going to go right for it. Let's go all the way and do... How many should we do? 4 or 8? Yeah, you know, we're gonna do 8. In fact, let's do 9. So I'm just going over here to find a suitable place. The lag will be large, okay, because it's 9 of them. Let's dig down. So let's do this underground. You know what? Actually, nah. Too much time. Let's do it up here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's prime all of these. This might take a minute because we're doing all of them. Probably shouldn't take too long. Anyway, how big do you think this explosion is going to be, you guys? I mean, I think it's going to be pretty massive, if you ask me. Like, the size of that one at the beginning, massive. Alright, we are coming up on the last one here. Awesome. Alright, so here's all 9. We are going to need a repeater, some repeaters to set this up. So how I'm going to do this is, because this is an old version of the game, and redstone is a bit funky, I'll have it set up like this, and then I'll have redstone lines leading to all of these. It's going to come around, clear out some blocks here. Alrighty. Okay, I think we are ready to go. We have it all lined up. Let's have our lever right here. You know what? Just to be safe, let's add some repeaters. Not there. Here will work just fine. Yeah, okay. Ready for 9 nuclear warheads at once. The lag will be massive. It will take a while for it to load in. But you ready for this? This is going to be insane. There we go. They're lit. Alright, after they explode, there's going to be a massive amount of lag just from it trying to load all the blocks. So get ready for this. Okay, you heard the sound? Nothing's happening because the lag is so large. You see blocks on the ground? That's because it's trying to blow them up. The lag is so strong, and now it's starting to load in. It's starting to load in. Okay, there's one. Jeez. Look at this hole. Is this not insane? My computer is trying to load all of them, but it can't. Wow. Yeah, there's just so much. Okay, that was a 9. 9. Look at the damage. Look how large. Like, I can barely even load all of this. Like, my render distance. It's massive. Let's have a look on the map. Look at this hole. This one. It's even bigger than the one from the start of the video. Guys, I think that's a wrap. It's not going to get much cooler than that. Alright, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe if you like this half cringe, half cancerous, partially decent content. And I will see you guys in the next video.